This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
Hi, I'm Steve Irvin with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. It's the top story around the world, the fallout over Russia invading Ukraine. Ukraine now ordering full military mobilization to counter Russia. So far, at least 137 have been killed in just one day. President Biden and the international community hitting Russia with even more sanctions in response. The president saying he's in constant contact with his National Security Council. The new sanctions targeting Russia's financial institutions and their military. With the attack underway, the Biden administration is moving more U.S. troops further east into Europe. The president making clear they will not enter Ukraine. These air raid sirens echoing throughout major cities in Ukraine as Russian troops move in. Nighttime curfews remain in effect. As in any war, the worst effects are being felt by the everyday people caught in the middle. This is the aftermath of shelling in a Ukrainian neighborhood. The country's subway stations now turning into makeshift bunkers. Many of those who are not seeking shelter within the country are doing everything they can to leave it entirely as the Russian military closes in from the north, south, and east. Meantime, the Ukrainian community here in Arizona, including members of a Ukrainian church, coming together. We spoke with a first-generation American whose parents were from Ukraine. She's a member of St. Mary's Orthodox Church and a lifetime member of the Ukrainian National Women's League. She says she and many others in the valley have family in Ukraine. She spoke to them this morning, and they were safe but scared.
It has been nerve-wracking, to say the least. We were sort of hoping that it wouldn't happen, knowing full well that it would most likely happen with the troops surrounding Ukraine. And unfortunately, the most horrible thing that we could have imagined has happened and is happening currently.
There will be a peaceful march this Sunday to show support for Ukraine. It'll be held at 1:30, starting at the Ukrainian Cultural Center in Phoenix. Right now, the Yavapai County Police offering an $11,000 reward, leading to the capture and arrest of Valentin Rodriguez. Police say he is the suspect accused of shooting and wounding Sergeant Preston Brogdon earlier this month. Brogdon is still recovering from several surgeries after being wounded in the abdomen. If you know anything, contact Yavapai Silent Witness or police. Happening Friday, the CDC expected to release its new guidelines when it comes to COVID restrictions. And according to the Associated Press, the agency is expected to drop mask recommendations for most of the U.S. We're told the new guidance will say community levels of disease will not be determined by cases alone, but rather cases that led to significant consequences like hospitalizations and death.
It was a big surprise for those who went to work on Monday. They were like, when did this happen? So now they're looking forward to more.
Check this out. Some intersections in Tucson are about to get even more colorful. The city introducing these crosswalk murals. The creators say the artwork helps drivers slow down while the designs highlight the community.
All reflective of this community, you know, Native, Indigenous, Latinx, Chicana artists. A lot of them grew up in this area and have come back, and a lot of them currently live within these streets.
The intersection chosen due to its high traffic area, the city is working to create more in the coming weeks. And take a look at some of the fresh snowfall up north. The ABC15 drone over Flagstaff today. Flagstaff picking up more than 12 inches of snow. The winter storm causing some closures on Arizona freeways. Most are now open, but ADOT suggesting travelers give themselves extra time if you are heading north.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Amber Sellens, tracking your forecast, and our latest winter storm now clearing out to the east, just leaving behind that cold air tonight. We do have another area of low pressure we're going to be tracking, moving down through Utah and clipping by the Four Corners as we head through the weekend. But with this minimal impacts across our state, we're not expecting any rain or snow, just a little drop in temperatures across northern Arizona as those northerly winds bring in some cooler air as we head into Saturday, and then we'll continue the warm up as we head through the rest of the weekend and next week up there. For the valley, it's all uphill from here on out. Tomorrow, highs back in the 60s, 40 degrees at 6 a.m. and temperatures briefly in the 30s around 7 a.m. Frost and freezes are going to be possible in outlying valley locations early tomorrow. We'll hit the upper 50s by noon and then top out in the mid 60s tomorrow afternoon with a high of 66 here in Phoenix. We go back into the 70s over the weekend and we just keep on climbing. In fact, 80s now on tap for the middle of next week.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to abc15.com or download the free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.